Hello everyone and welcome to the Poke ETF channel where we combine Pokemon and data analytics together to keep track of our precious collection. And in today's video we will be going through crazy June 2023 price update of full art trainers. June 2023 ended and again happy 4th of July week for those who had a good time. Hope you guys enjoy with your friends and family. And I got the time to analyze June 2023 price updates for full art trainers. And I hope this video gives you some insight into your full art trainer collection. And so before we begin, please like the video. It helps a long way. Subscribe to the channel so that you know when a new video comes out. And comment below on what you think, and any feedback will help me provide value to you. And again, thank you for all the support. In June 2023, this channel increased from 23 subscribers to 40 subscribers, and again, it's not a lot compared to other PokeTubers or other YouTubers or other content creators. Other content creators probably get hundreds of new subscribers every day, but for me, I'm happy. Again, this is really cool to see this channel grow, and hopefully I continue to provide value and good content to you all. And again, continue to comment to give me any feedback that you want to provide. And so now let's go through a full art trainer collection price. If you started from April 26, 2023, a full art trainer collection would cost you around $6,000. And now, ending yesterday, July 4th, it reached to around $7,400. So if you were to buy out every single English full art trainer in TCG Player right now, it would cost you around $7,400, give or take. And if we're just looking at June 2023, the full art trainer collection overall price increased from $6,600 to $7,300, which is around a $700 increase, which is like around a 9% increase. And so again, this just shows that a full art trainer collection is pretty pricey, but it's also valuable. A lot of people are collecting full art trainers nowadays. It really got hyped up. It really got demanded by a lot of people. Looking at Reddit, looking at Facebook, looking at eBay, everywhere, people are looking for full art trainers. And again, every set the Pokemon company comes out is there's around 10 to 12, 14 new full art trainers. And full art trainers are here to stay because the Pokemon company knows that collectors like full art trainers. And so then looking at the full art trainers of the black and white era, just for June 2023, we see CHEREN, number 148 Boundaries Cross set. It was $29 on June 1st, and it increased to around $50 June 30th. That's a 71% increase. And again, this was something that I was watching. Again, if you look at TCG Player, there was not a lot of near mint copies on the site. And so this was a card that is pretty much ripe to increase in terms of value. And so I'm not surprised that this card increased by 71%, and I will not be surprised that if this card will continue to climb, because again, if you go on TCG Player, there will not be a lot of near mint copies for you to buy. And so you have to pretty much buy. If you want to complete a full art trainer, this card, you need it, and you will pretty much need to buy it pretty much at market price or a little premium to get it. And so you can see the graph, and again, it's kind of stayed flat. And again, the reason why is because there's not any copies on TCG Player. The price will stay flat like this. And if you see a price stay flat, like this, it just shows that there's not that many copies, and because there's not that many copies, if people buy out the available copies on the site, the market price of that card will go up. And you can see for June 2023, it spiked up crazy, around 71%. And so then next is GHETSIS from Plasma Freeze. Again, this is a typo. It's a $40 card to a $44, and it's not a 71% increase. That was for CHEREN, but this is a 10% increase. You can see the graph. It started around $36, then climb up slowly, and again you can see that the price is a little flat. And again, if you go on TCG Player, there's not a lot of near mint copies, and this is for all of these black and white era full art trainers, because these are like a decade old, and you won't be able to find a lot of near mint copies. And so if you are looking to complete a full art trainer collection, you want to start old era, like black and white, X and Y, and maybe Sun and Moon, because Sun and Moon is getting crazy. And so yeah, you want to buy out as many old era copies, full art trainer copies as you can before it becomes unattainable. And so now looking at the rest of the black and white cards, again in the black and white era, there are only 8 full art trainers. And so we have SKYLA number 149 from Boundaries Crossed. It experienced a 3% increase, not that much. N number 101 from Noble Victories, a 3% increase, an $85 card to around $88. Bianca number 147, Boundaries Cross. It stayed flat, and again, and that just shows that there's not a lot of copies on TCG Player, and it's also expensive. And so for you to buy this card, it's going to be pretty difficult. And is either you have to go on Facebook, Reddit, eBay, whatever, wherever, and you probably have to pay pretty much market price because there's not a lot of available copies out there. And then we have Iris number 101 from Plasma Blast. It went down 1%. Colress number 135 from Plasma Storm. It went down around 3%, $122 to $118. And then we have the Professor Juniper, number 116, Plasma Freeze, $109 to around $105. That's a 4% decrease. And again, as a fellow collector, these cards were pretty much a little difficult for me to collect when I was collecting them because there was not a lot of available copies. And so if you are looking to complete a full art trainer collection, I advise starting older cards. Luckily, I got these cards a while ago. Again, a while ago was still a little pricey. I think Iris I paid around $70, Colress around $100, Professor Juniper $70. This was a while back, and it just shows that these cards will continue to climb up because these cards are old. And so next we're looking at the X and Y era, top 10 increases in terms of percent. And then we have our MISTY'S Determination, number 108 from Evolution. This was pretty crazy. It was a $12 card and to a $21 card. That's a 74% increase. And we can see by the graph that it experienced a little buyout. Again, when you go on TCG Player, there's quite a few copies left, and I think that someone or a group of people just either bought a bunch of copies or there was a great demand to buy out full art trainers because more and more people want to buy full art trainer, want to complete full art trainer. And so MISTY'S Determination is not a surprising card for people to buy because Misty is a very popular trainer from the Kanto era. And you can also see that it's a little different in terms of the format of the card. It's a little old school. And so there's a lot of factors going into this, and so I'm not surprised that this card experienced such an increase, and I'm happy that I have myself multiple copies of this card, because I am a big fan of the Kanto region, of the Kanto Pokemon, of the Kanto gym leaders. I like Misty, Erica, Giovanni, Blaine, Koga, Sabrina, Lieutenant Surge, and I think I'm forgetting one other person. But again, I like the Kanto because it's pure nostalgia for me. And then next we have SKYLA number 122 from Breakpoint. It was a $40 card on June 1st and ended at $49 at June 30th. That's a 23% increase, and looking at the graph, it grew a little steady from April 26 all the way to the end of June, and again within June 2023 you can see that it continued to grow steadily up. Next we have MASTY'S Hidden Ball Trick number 158, a 21% increase, $10 to $12. Then we have Team Rocket's Handiwork number 124, a $6.75 card to an $8 card, a 20% increase. Again, I really advise people to, if you really want to complete a full art trainer collection, try to buy as many old era full art trainers as you can, because these cards, there's not many available copies out there. Even MASTY'S Hidden Ball Trick, even Team Rocket's Handiwork, even though these are not like your typical trainer cards, even though these are not your, the female card that people seem to like to buy out, but if you are interested in completing a full art trainer, yeah, buy these cards, because again, these are not that much. It's $6, $8, $10. You won't regret it, because in a few years these cards will continue to climb, because the available copies for these cards will diminish. Then we have our next WINONA number 108 from Roaring Skies. Again, this is a card that I know will continue to increase, despite the fact that it's a female card. But again, this is a cool trainer, and just look at the artwork. And again, if you look at TCG Player, yeah, there's a few near mint copies available, but again, if you really are paying attention to the market, someone can easily buy out all the available near mint copies of this card, WINONA, and the price will skyrocket. And so you do not want to regret not buying this card right now, because I will not be surprised if this card will continue to climb. It can possibly be a $40, $50, $60 card, just like the Lily from the Sun and Moon set, just like the ACEROLA from the Sword and Shield set, just like the Marnie from the Sword and Shield set. Again, it's not as popular as those trainer, but and also Sonia is going through a crazy price change. It was a $25 card, and I think it's now a $45 card. And so again, this card, WINONA, yeah, if you're looking to complete a full art trainer collection, yeah, try to get one copy of this card before it climb up in value. Then we have the rest of the cards: Hexmaniac, Pokemon Fan Club, Delinquent, Karina, and Shauna. They are the next 5, the bottom 5 of the top 10 top increase of the X and Y era. Then we have our Sun and Moon top 10 increase in terms of dollar. I didn't really do it in terms of percent, because Sun and Moon is a little crazy. So as you can see, within Sun and Moon, there's a lot of full art trainers that are in the triple digits, and so I feel that doing it by dollars, it makes more sense in terms of percent, because you can see Lily number 151, even though it is a 9% increase, it grew $36. And again, this is pricing people out in terms of people who want to complete full art trainer collection. You can see the graph, it's just growing steadily. And next is Lucia number 164 from Celestial Storm, a $146 card to a $274 card, a 12% increase. Even though there are other cards that experience 30, 40, 20% increase. Again, this is a very expensive card, and so even a 12% increase is still a lot. And you can see by the graph, it's just growing steadily. Then we have ACEROLA from Burning Shadows. It was a $59 card, now a $78 card, an $18 increase. That represent a 31% increase. Yeah, I skipped all the way down to her because, again, this just shows that this card was ripe to increase. Like, I was paying attention to this card. I am not surprised that it increased a lot. And again, just going back to a card like WINONA, yeah, I mean, that card, I'm sure that card will continue to climb up, and it may spike up in the future. And this is a good example. There's a lot of trainers that are not as popular as Lily, as Misty, as Marnie, but these are still good cards. These are still desirable cards by collectors. And so if you're looking to complete full art trainer collection, again, you don't want to miss the boat. And if you miss a boat, then I also advise not to FOMO. But again, it's a tricky decision whether to buy in or wait, because you don't want to wait and it continues to climb up. And I think a lot of people wait on cards like Lily, on Lucia, on other cards, and it just continues to climb up. And so you just don't know when a card will continue to climb up or will continue to crash down. Then we're looking at SKYLA, Shining Fates. We're looking at the Sword and Shield era now. SKYLA, again, this is a good example of a buyout. It was a $10 card, now a $22 card, experienced a 117% increase. And looking at the graph, you can see it's, yeah, again, this is a buyout. Again, it was an $8 card, and you can see in May and April, it was going down. And then in June 2023, it just skyrocketed up. And I also believe there was a lot of content creators, PokeTubers who recommend buying this card. I know all those videos that telling you the top 5 trainers to buy before it's too late. And I know a lot of those content creators recommended SKYLA from the Sword and Shield set. And so maybe that is attributed to that. But yeah, this card increased by 117%. Then next is Marnie's Pride, number 171 from Brilliant Stars. Again, Marnie's a popular character, but I cannot believe that this increased by 77%. It was a $13 card, now a $23 card. And so looking at the Marnie's Pride graph, you can see that it was around $12, $10 card. And I know for myself, when I was trying to complete the Sword and Shield full art trainers, I was able to buy Marnie's Pride easily for $8, $9. I mean, I have 4 copies of this card. And I know that when I was looking at Facebook, Reddit, people were easily selling this at 75% market price. There were so many copies of this card. And so it's a little crazy to see the June 2023 price spike, which is now hovering around $20 price range. A little crazy, but hey, that is Pokemon cards for you. And then looking at Sonia, again, I skipped Aroma Lady to Sonia because I'm using this as an example. For the WINONA, again, I'm using WINONA as an example. Sonia, again, is a $29 card. It was hovering around $25 for a while, and it's a very one of the top cards to get from Rebel Clash, and maybe Rebel Clash got out of print, and so this card experienced a price increase. And again, I want to say WINONA is a good example that it's around $29, and I would not be surprised if WINONA would become like a $50 card, just like Sonia. And so it's just an example. And so you want to look at where you want to start. And again, I'm advising people to start older era for those who want to complete a full art trainer collection, because the older cards are harder to get. And looking at the Sonia graph, again, I was saying it was hovering around $24, $25 price range, and it increased all the way to around $50, $55 to $45. And so I'm happy that I got, again, multiple copies of this card. I was easily buying this for $20 from market price back then when people were selling this card easily at 75-80% market price. And looking at the rest, we have Phoebe, CHEREN's Conviction, ACEROLA's Premonition, Nessa, Shana, Oleana. Again, it's kind of crazy to see Sword and Shield full art trainers experiencing this kind of price increases. And then looking at the full art trainer expensive cards of June 2023, again, we have our Lily from Ultra Prism, which is a $423 card, and this is just showing that the cards that are expensive are continuing to be more expensive. You can see all the greens other than the Chorus from Plasma Storm, Professor Juniper, Iris, but everyone else is green, and which shows a price change % increase. Then looking at the full art trainers by Era, this is the first time that Sword and Shield full art trainers increase in value. Usually it's been decreasing, and so maybe this is showing that because Sword and Shield is no longer the current era, we're in the Scarlet and Violet era, and now the sets are being out of print within the Sword and Shield. Right now, you're not able to find booster packs for maybe the Sword and Shield base set or the Rebel Clash. I mean, as time goes on, to buy booster packs from the Sword and Shield era, the Sword and Shield sets will become less and less available because they're out of print. And because now Pokemon Company is printing out Scarlet and Violet set. We're kind of 2 sets into Scarlet and Violet. Obsidian Flames is coming out soon, and so we're pretty much into Scarlet and Violet. And so Sword and Shield is a good time to collect as many Sword and Shield full art trainers as you can, because there's a lot of Sword and Shield full art trainers that are still cheap. And so if you're looking to complete a full art trainer collection, you can also start buying and completing the Sword and Shield full art trainers. Then looking at by gender, again, we're looking at gender because we know gender is a factor. And again, not surprising that if a full art trainer is a female, it experienced a price increase, and a female trainer, overall trainer card increased by 18% in June 2023. And so there you have it, a complete June 2023 analysis of full art trainers price update. And so if you like this video, press the like button, it goes a long way. And subscribe to the channel so that you know when a new video comes out, and comment below on what you think about today's video and anything else that you would like to see on this channel. And so with that, Hope you guys have a good day and go forth and collect them all.